Trial today. See terms of use.
Millions will be watching tonight's first debate between the president and Mitt Romney. More now from correspondent Jerry Bodlander.
Ohio University communications professor Bill Benoit says there are indications a debate helps voters to learn more about the challenger. But he adds there's no guarantee that information translates into votes.
Learning always helps the voters, but learning doesn't automatically help a candidate.
Benoit says the president might be at a slight disadvantage since he hasn't debated in 4 years, but adds both are seasoned campaigners who've participated in multiple debates, so he doesn't expect either will make a comment or a mistake that will be a game changer. Jerry Bodlander, Washington.
Chicago Teachers Union officials are set to start counting the ballots that its members cast on whether they want to accept a proposed contract. Last month, teachers at more than 600 schools ended a 7-day strike after union delegates discussed the proposed contract settlement and voted overwhelmingly to suspend the labor action. The union's financial secretary, Christine Maley, says teachers voted before and after school Tuesday and that the union would count the votes today. Maley says that the results of the vote could be known as soon as Wednesday night or Thursday.
Okay, I'm ready.
Teachers walked out September 10th after months of tense contract negotiations, marking the first teachers' strike in the city in a quarter century. With IRN, USA Radio News, I'm Mark Thomas.
It's that time of the year again. The kids are back to school and the bills are pouring in. Tuition, books, supplies, new clothes, the list goes on and on. Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans, here to tell you about a great mortgage that will help you get it all done within your personal budget. The Quicken Loans exclusive Yorgage. And the rate is as low as 2.75%. APR 3.47%. Yorgage. Folks, it sounds different because it is different. With a Yorgage from Quicken Loans, you pick the term that best fits your needs. Anywhere from 8 to 29 years. That's the Quicken Loans Yorgage. And right now, an 8-year Yorgage is just 2.75%. APR 3.47%. So call 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com right now and find out if our exclusive Yorgage is right for you. Our Quicken Loans mortgage experts put client service first. That's why we've got an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Call 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com and find out why we're engineered to amaze. Other restrictions.
Car Concerns with the award-winning new car dealer Harry Douglas. And now, your car star.
Mike's open.
Okay, here we are back with the second hour of Car Concerns. Let's roll right through it here. Let's get the engines fired up. Hey, I want to give a big shout out to Karen Monroe. Hey, one of the biggest, one of the greatest American motorist vote campaigners out there. She's the regional manager for the Missouri zone. And, yeah, she does a great job. She's out there every day speaking about the things that concern the American motorist and why we should always keep the American motorist connected to our leaders, our so-called leaders in Washington, D.C., so that they'll know what's going on with us and so they won't pass no crappy laws that get into the pocketbook of the American motorist. You know, they just love to do that. When they're sitting around in their little powwows and they're dreaming up ways to come up with more revenue because they've spent way too much money. Oh, yeah, we're $16 trillion in debt. Yeah, 16 trillion. That's T with a T. Trillion. It's ridiculous. Tonight, the big presidential campaign debates, Mitt Romney and President Barack Hussein Obama. They're going to square off with against each other tonight. Right now I'm looking swing states: Florida, Obama 47%, Romney 46%, Ohio 51% for Obama, 43% for Romney, Virginia 48% for Obama, 46% for Romney. So it's a pretty tight race according to those polls. Now, when we poll the American motorist, it's not such a close race. But anyhow, I mean, the American motorist like they wanted change in 2008. Well, they're wanting double change in 2012 here. They realize that a mistake was made, and the way you, if you're going down the road and it's a bumpy road and it's not a road that you like to go down, and you see tragedy up ahead, maybe a financial cliff that you might drive over, you know what you do? You stop the car, you stop the vehicle, you get your head about you, and you turn around and drive back up that road that you just came down and get back on Prosperity Lane up there at the top of the hill, and you drive on down Prosperity Road. Hey, let's get back on the road to prosperity. That's what I'm talking about. If I thought for one minute, if I thought for 1 minute that this president could take us to the prosperity land, hey, he had 4 years. He told us in 2008 that if he couldn't fix it in 4 years, that he said himself that he would be a one-term president. Well, I'm holding his feet to that. And during this 4 years that he's been in office, you know, he sat there with the Russian leaders. He thought the microphone was off, and he told the Russian president, Dmitry, whatever his name was, he said, once this election is over and I'm back in office, I'll have a lot more power for you and I to work this thing out. And what I took that to mean is that he's going to work it out and he's going to give in to him. And so, yeah, he thought the microphone was off. It wasn't. The whole world heard him say that. How disgraceful for an American president who's supposed to be the most powerful man in the world to sit up there and give an inch to the Russian government, the government that we beat down, and we put them down for dead during the Reagan years. They said we're over. We gave them all kinds of money back then. You probably don't remember this, but we funded Perestroika to help them become more independent. It was a wonderful, beautiful thing. It looked like Russia was going to have a democracy about it. But they laid there like the sleeping giant. They took our money. They took our help. And now they're back. And what they did, they employed, and this is my take on it, they employed Al-Qaeda. They employed the soldiers of the Middle East, the terrorists of the Middle East. And they said, this is how we will topple America. I believe Russia is behind every bit of that. But everybody in our country here likes to put it on Bin Laden. I believe Bin Laden was just an agent for the Russian army. They employed him like America employs foreign soldiers all the time. But anyhow, that's just my thinking. Don't take that to the bank or anything. But if 20 years from now it turns out to be right, just remember you heard it right here on Car Concerns Radio. It's not a conspiracy theory. If you think about it, it could be right on the money. But anyhow, here we are again, and now here's the president up there talking to the Russian president, thinking everything's closed off. It's just him and he and her, the president up there talking to one another like you and I would out in the at the Starbucks. And he says that once he gets past this election, that he'll have more power, that he won't have to worry about being reelected, and he can do as he damn pleases. And yeah, we'll take down this shield that's protecting Europe from missiles. Anyhow, I shouldn't be getting into all that. This is Car Concerns Radio. When your money's on the line, call the line that's on the money. Small cars fuel a big sales gain in September. That's a headline that I'm looking at here. The auto industry is on course to have the best U.S. car sales year since 2007. In the first 9 months of the year, the automaker sold 10.9 million vehicles in the U.S. Industry analysts expect 2012 sales to be around 14.4 million unless it just drops off completely this quarter. Now there's some bad economic conditions out there, and it's prime for a drop off. I don't know if it will or not. One of the last things to drop off in a bad economy is car sales. People love their automobiles. They want a new car. Let's see. Chrysler for September was up 11.5%. So, you're out there buying Chryslers. Chrysler still owes the American taxpayer plenty of money, regardless of what Sir Marcioni says. He likes to get up there and play Lee Iacocca, and there's no way he can play Lee Iacocca. He doesn't even come close. But anyhow, their sales are up almost the largest across the board. Chrysler 11.5%. General Motors, the company that is up there at the Renren Center in Detroit, their world headquarters, who is slowly but surely packing up and moving to China to become a China motor company. And they still owe the American taxpayer like $25 billion that they're hiding behind the bankruptcy shield. They're never going to pay you if you're out there buying a General Motors car. And I'm driving a General Motors car this week. I'm driving a 2013 GMC Terrain. Now this, let's see, it's an SLE, but it's got the low grade trim. It's got the cloth seats in it. And we were in that vehicle all day yesterday. Let me tell you, the seats in this vehicle, they're uncomfortable. I'll tell you just like it is. It's a great vehicle. It rides great, looks great. But the seat just about broke my back yesterday. I was glad to get out of it. We got out of it about 2 o'clock this morning. Big day yesterday for the Car Concerns Radio. Hey, we went to Nashville. We held a car buyers sales meeting. Met with Greg. Oh, Greg, your name's failing me here. But anyhow, he's going to have his own radio show on the other side of the Lifestyle Talk Radio, on the Business Talk Radio. I believe he starts next Monday. Greg's been on this show before. He's a athletic psychologist, a golf psychologist. Great. He'll have a great show. But anyhow, I'm Harry Douglas. This is Car Concerns. When your money's on the line, call the line that's on the money. That's Car Concerns Radio. Right back after this short, beautiful break.
Forecast 12.7 million new automobiles will be sold in 2011 and 13.8 million in 2012. This does not include the millions of program and pre-owned vehicles that will also be sold to the retail auto consumer. Consequently, needed as soon as possible are distributors for the fastest-selling retail auto consumer educational CD. Regional distribution managers are needed in every region of the USA and Canada.
Couldn't remember his name, Steinberg.
Listening to this CD can provide you and your family a great income with no upfront money. This retail educational CD, Don't Go Buy a New Car Without Listening to This CD, lets the retail auto consumer go to the dealerships empowered with real knowledge as to the ways of a car deal. The market for this CD is huge, and the CD is backed with a strong national advertising campaign. Start making money today. Email harry@carconcerns.com or call now 1-865-622-3032. 865-622-3032. 865-622-3032.
Geico says, let's make life simpler.
It's ironic. Sometimes technology makes life more complicated. Take your TV, for example. How many remote control devices does it take to change a channel? Geico, on the other hand, makes technology work for you. Your laptop, smartphone, tablet. No matter what device you have, no matter where you are, you're never more than a click or call away from Geico. It really is as simple as that.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Car Concerns with award-winning new car dealer Harry Douglas is heard in Detroit, heard in Phoenix, heard in Miami, heard in Dallas, and New Orleans. Car Concerns is heard in Houston, in San Antonio, and Little Rock, too. Car Concerns is heard in Charlotte, North Carolina, and all points between Boston and San Diego. Auto enthusiasts listen to Car Concerns radio in London and Rome. Car Concerns is heard in Madrid and all other great cities around the world. No matter where you are in the whole wide world, listen to Car Concerns at www.carconcerns.com.
Attention diabetics. How would you like to reduce the pain of testing your blood sugar as well as the pain in your wallet for paying for your supplies? Well, now with the new state-of-the-art meters available today, sticking your fingers may be a thing of the past. These new meters provide virtually pain-free testing in a fraction of the time while using a much smaller blood sample. And right now, we're giving away one of these new meters for free to everyone who calls up to sign up for free home delivery of their testing supplies. We specialize in helping diabetics every day who are covered by Medicare or private insurance get the supplies they need conveniently delivered to their home. To receive your free home delivery of your diabetic testing supplies and get a free state-of-the-art meter just for signing up, call this number right now. 800-720-5868, 800-720-5868, 800-720-5868.
The chilly weather's just around the corner, folks.
Jay Funner
and a lot
here.
of people will be adjusting their thermostat down to save money. Quicken Loans has an adjustable rate mortgage that saves money too. Jay Farner here, president of Quicken Loans, and I'd like to tell you about our amazing 7-1 adjustable rate mortgage. The initial rate on this great program is just 2.625%, APR 2.94%. Do you want to reduce the cost of your mortgage? Do you plan on moving or refinancing in the next 5 to 7 years? Do you want the lowest rate available? If you've answered yes to any of these questions, our Quicken Loans 7-1 ARM could save you stacks of cash. Again, the super low initial rate is 2.625%, APR 2.94%, and it's locked until the year 2019. After that, it may adjust once per year. Why pay a boatload more interest on a 30-year fix to borrow the same amount of money for the next 7 years? With a 7-1 ARM, you don't have to. Call 800-QUICKEN right now. That's 800-QUICKEN, or go to QuickenLoans.com.
Adjustable rate subject to change. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Mike's open.
Okay, a lot of you have ordered my my electric car report that I published about 2 months ago, Revolting. It is my report on all electric cars featuring the Chevrolet Volt, and my findings after spending some time with a Volt. What's wrong with these cars, and why you should be very leery if you've got this car on your shopping list. Not only the Volt, but the Nissan Leaf, and I believe the Ford has a Focus that is electric. Hyundai has an electric car. I don't know if it's I don't know what it is. I don't know which one electric car is a Hyundai. But anyhow, Andy Palmer, Nissan Executive Vice President of Product Planning, said that the Japanese automaker is going to give up on a plan to double electric vehicle sales, but that because the sales are not meeting expectations. We don't plan on a moment for changing the projections, he told reporters in a roundtable discussion on Tuesday. I was not at this roundtable. I was not invited. We're a little disappointed, he said. The uptake isn't as strong as we first hoped. Well, he doesn't listen to Car Concerns, evidently. And a lot of retail automotive consumers, I'm sorry, millions of you, Find a way to listen to this show each and every day. We broadcast Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. We're always here, and we're always telling you what we think about these automobiles. And after spending extensive amounts of time with electric vehicles, especially the Chevrolet Volt, we cannot recommend to anyone to spend their hard-earned money on these vehicles that so let you down. A Chevy Volt, and they make a big deal of it. Wow, you can go 30 miles, 32 miles on a single charge. They don't tell you when you get it back to the house and you plug it in, it takes 13 hours for it to fully recharge. Then you can go 30 more miles. Wow, that's a pretty neat thing when it's brand new. But boy, when you do it over and over, it's very monotonous. Hey, I just want to spend a little bit for the gasoline. Oh yeah, and when you're not riding around on the electric engine, you're on a 1.4 double overhead cam engine that comes with the Volt. And you spend most of your time running around town on that weak engine. And so I wrote this report. It's called Revolting. And you can't find it on the internet. You can't find it on my website. You can't find it on carconcerns.com. You can't find it on the Car Concerns Radio fan page at Facebook. It's right here. It's typed out. I did not put any of the language that's in this published letter. It's about 5 pages. It goes over the history of the electric car. It even goes back to the failure of the EV units that General Motors first put out back in the early 90s that ended up being collected out of people's driveways via tow trucks and took to the shredders. So they said. I still don't think they shredded all those cars. If you go look that movie up, Who Killed the Electric Car, it'll tell you the story pretty much. And my letter, my published letter, goes on to tell you this after them reviving. And I tell you the reason, it's really a sickening reason why they agreed to build these electric cars. And, then I go into it. Why in the hell do they call it an electric car? It's battery driven. That's what they ought to be calling them. Doesn't sound too sexy that way, does it? Sounds like a toy, a battery driven car. But there's so much wrong with these vehicles that it's not even funny. And, I admire General Motors, I admire Nissan, I admire Hyundai, I admire Ford for jumping in there and at least putting the foot in the water. But it's a failure. It's a failure. It's a 100% failure. When you see these folks on this ad with the Volt saying how they bought their Volt, and since they bought it, they haven't put any gasoline in it. They don't even know what the price of gasoline is because evidently they just live around the corner from work. They recharge the Volt at night. They drive it to work around town. Evidently these folks have no life. They do not go anywhere. But there's this one guy, he says he's never bought gasoline since he bought the Volt. Doesn't even know what the price of gasoline is. Wow, what a great story. I believe this guy is 100% an actor. And I believe the lady that appears in that, I believe she's an actor. If they live in the real world, they cannot drive that Volt all the time without putting gasoline in it, because you can't go hardly anywhere on the charge. And so, it looks like Nissan is going to give up. We don't plan on the moment of changing the projection, he told reporters at a roundtable. We're a little disappointed. The uptake isn't as strong as we first hoped. Now, this is Andy Palmer. He's Nissan's vice president of product planning. He said the company has made some mistakes in how it has marketed the Leaf and has named a new vice president to oversee Leaf sales globally. Nissan and its alliance partner, French automaker Renault, have invested $5 billion in electric vehicles in recent years. He doesn't say one time in there that the $5 billion came from the United States government, from the American taxpayer, and it had some help with the French government as well. So they got $5 billion to bring this thing together and throw a Leaf out there. I don't even know why they called it a Leaf because it's so green. Well, it's not so green. Hey, they plug it in, you charge it up. Hey, the electricity comes right off your grid, which is out there somewhere in your neighborhood, which is near a power plant, which is blowing smoke in the air. It's either a coal-driven or a turbine-driven power plant, and it's creating pollution as it charges this Leaf up. So, they're not green. They're just a different kind of pollution there. And then you've got the battery to deal with when it's all over with. Where do you dispose of that battery? We haven't come across that yet. When these batteries go bad, and they will go bad, when you put batteries in your little remote car that your kids play with, hey, the batteries go bad, you have to take them out. Most of them just toss it in the garbage and not even think of it. You won't be able to do it with these battery packs. They're huge. They're humongous. I'll be right back.
Sure, and Mary Madeline. Harry, you're not supposed to throw any batteries in the garbage, first off. Second off...
And yeah, but how many, how many, I guarantee you, thousands and thousands of batteries like that are thrown in the garbage.
They do. Regular, D-cell batteries are thrown in the garbage all the time. You're not supposed to. That's that's terrible.
I know you're not supposed to. I know you're not supposed to, but they do, Steve.
But I'm saying you're not supposed to. People do. But people aren't going to, it's like a car battery, Harry. People aren't going to be able to just, jimmy it out and throw it into the garbage. It weighs like a ton.
U.S. Navy.
And also, the guy could live in Boston or something. The guy could live in Stanford or something. If you lived right in, around here where I live, you could get to work every day.
Yeah, but he has no life. I mean, does he not ever go outside of Boston?
Every single day on the train. He could get himself to the train station. He could even drive himself to New York City.
Yeah, but on the weekend, what's he do? Surely he drives that car further than 30 miles.
He could easily, if you live in a city, you could get everywhere.
I tell you what, if I lived in the city, I would have to get out of the city one day a week anyhow.
Then he probably pays for gas then. But around here,
no, he says says in the ad that he hasn't bought gas since he's on the vote.
Another thing, when you're plugging something into the wall and you're using coal, that's a good thing. That coal is getting burnt anyway. No matter what you do, that coal is going to get burned. You can't save that energy. So when you're saying it's not green, it is green because the energy that is being produced.
It's not green. Oh hell, it's not green.
It's already in the grid.
Some of those turbines are oil driven.
It doesn't matter. You can't save that stuff. As soon as you light it on fire, that energy is being used up. So as soon as that energy goes into the grid, you can't save it. It's gone. Charging something else with it.
Hey, will you go in another room up there and call into the show and act like you're Clyde
But
from...
there are auto problems since 2008 when the American Motorist Vote Campaign was founded.
We got Clyde calling in from New York City. He says that the Leaf is green. He's got one. He lives in New York City. He takes a cab all the time, but when he gets in his Leaf, he drives it on a complete charge.
Concerns Consulting. 1-865-6.
See, that would work too. You wouldn't even take a cab. You'd take a subway. Only if you're only tourist takes.
Okay, a subway. Okay.
Retail Automotive Consumer over the years as an award-winning.
Yeah, I've been on that subway before.
If anyone knows the ins and outs
pretty
of
damn
automobile
freaky.
financing,
All
it's
those
Harry.
freaky people
Let
down
Harry
there.
put these unknown banking loopholes to work for you. If you need the auto financing fix, just call Harry. 1-865-622-3032.
Hurry into your local Chevy dealer today and get a great deal on a brand new 2012 Chevy. Right now, during Chevy Truck Month, you can take advantage of great pricing on a Silverado, Suburban, Tahoe, or Traverse. Be sure to hurry in while supplies last.
At highway speeds, the average text takes your eyes off the road for about 5 seconds. That's enough time to travel the length of a football field. Stop texts, stopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Almost done with the hors d'oeuvres. Souffles are ready. Hey, Flo, how are those cupcakes coming?
Putting sprinkles on the last one now.
Great. Hey, I thought we had another tray of the red velvet. Have you seen it?
Me? What? Why would you? There's frosting on my face, isn't there?
Yep.
Insuring your business vehicles with Progressive is like having Flo on the road with you. 24/7 live support, online bill pay, and expert claims. Now that's Progressive. Visit Progressive.com today. United Financial Casualty Company and Affiliates.
Attention diabetics. How would you like to reduce the pain of testing your blood sugar as well as the pain in your wallet for paying for your supplies? Well, now with the new state-of-the-art meters available today, sticking your fingers may be a thing of the past. These new meters provide virtually pain-free testing in a fraction of the time while using a much smaller blood sample. And right now, we're giving away one of these new meters for free to everyone who calls up to sign up for free home delivery of their testing supplies. We specialize in helping diabetics every day who are covered by Medicare or private insurance get the supplies they need conveniently delivered to their home. To receive your free home delivery of your diabetic testing supplies and get a free state-of-the-art meter just for signing up, call this number right now. 800-720-5868, 800-720-5868, 800-720-5868.
Mike's open.
Okay, here we are back with Car Concerns. Hey, don't forget to follow the show on Twitter, twitter.com/Car Concerns, twitter.com/Car Concerns. Over 22,000, 23,000 followers, and we're growing. We need to get that up to 50,000 as quick as we can so we can go on to 100,000. But anyhow, we tweet throughout the day. Boy, what a phenomenal that is, Twitter. Wow. Who'd ever thought? And, of course, we have a fan page on Facebook. It's Car Concerns Radio USA. We need some likes there. Hey, go to that page. Just hit the like button for us. But anyhow, we just started that late. I mean, if you go Harry Douglas, well, I've had that Facebook page for, I don't know, a couple of years, and we've got plenty of likes there. But I just never did, I didn't have a Car Concerns Radio USA fan page until, I don't know, a couple of months ago. So let's go there. Let's boost that up. Hey, I keep you updated on things that we're working on for the show. If you want to know what I'm going to talk about ahead of time, you just go to Car Concerns Radio USA, Facebook.com/Car Concerns Radio USA. We're out there in the social media. We get a lot of listeners. We capture a lot of more listeners that way who listen to us on the internet stream. We're internet streaming right now as we speak at LifestyleTalkRadio.com, LifestyleTalkRadio.com. You can go to LifestyleTalkRadio.com over there in the left-hand corner, left-hand column, excuse me. And you see weekday shows and weekend shows. Of course, we're a weekday show, Monday through Friday. And you can go to our fan page there, and you can read, what the show's all about. A little history there on the show. And then up at the top, it'll have an archive. And about 6 months of the show are archived right there. On that, if you want to go out, they're broke back down into hour 1, hour 2. You just pick the date that you missed or that you think you heard something that I said that you didn't like or that you did like, and you can go back and listen to it again and said, yeah, he did say that. I thought he said that. But anyhow, we were talking about the Nissan Leaf before we went on the break. For the year, Nissan has sold 5,212 Leafs. That's down 27.8% from this time a year ago. Nissan sold 984 Leafs in September. That's down 4.6% from a year earlier. But it was Leaf's best monthly sales of 2012. Renault CEO Carlos Ghosn, and he was a CEO when I left Nissan, fiery little Frenchman, said that in January that the company would double Leaf sales to 20,000 in 2012. Well, he's going to fall way short of that. The Nissan executive said that it would double sales during the company's budget year that runs March 12th through March 2013, but the Nissan spokesman said the executive spoke in error and stood by Ghosn's prediction. Palmer told reporters the forecast applies to the budget year that ends March 31st. He said that, they're changing things around here to make it look better. They misspoke, just like you're seeing the government right now report General Motors is doing so well because tonight President Barack Obama is going to beat his chest and say that he saved the auto industry in the United States of America. Well, there's no doubt that he helped it along, but he really helped it. It's not going to work. Hey, they still owe us $25 billion, and when Mitt Romney calls him down on that, he's going to look like a stinking wet puppy. Yeah, that's the big success. It cost the American taxpayer $25.5 billion that they're never going to see again. And you've got Chrysler out there saying that they paid the American taxpayer back 100% when that's not true. Anyhow, I've went over that, and you're screwed. Hey, if you're an American taxpayer, General Motors screwed you. That's just all there is to it. I love General Motors. I love their vehicles. They're making some great vehicles. But the people at the top up there, they think that they can get away with this. They think that you'll go out there and continue to buy their automobiles, even though they screwed the American taxpayer out of $25 billion. And they're up there at the Ren Center laughing their ass off about it. Wonder if we can do that again. Let's say that we're losing money, and let's get some more of that easy USA taxpayer dollar money. Maybe we'll take a trip to China. But anyhow, yeah, that's where they're headed. It's going to be General Motors is going to be China Motors. I guess I'll get off this story. Anyhow, the Leaf is not doing anything like the electric cars. Hey, they're a disaster, folks. They're a disaster waiting to happen. Tonight in the debate, my good friend here, Daniel Howes of the Detroit News, has wrote an article, Delphi debacle spoils Obama's bailout boast. That's the headline. When President Barack Obama uses the first of 3 debates Wednesday to tout the bailout of Detroit's auto industry, as he surely will, Republican challenger Mitt Romney would be ready with a single number, 22,000. Let me go to this article here. Daniel Howes, hey, he's a very respected columnist for the Detroit News. He writes some stinging articles. We've had him on the show before. 22,000. That's how many salaried retirees of the old Delphi Corporation, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, saw their pension fund seized by the Benefit Guarantee Corporation. And documents suggest of the Obama Treasury Department that ensured no such thing happened to the Troy-based auto suppliers, unionized workers, and retirees. Even worse, as the president and his proxies held the bailout as the cornerstone of the otherwise dismal economic record, they show walking congressional demands to explain fully why taxpayer dollars were used in favor of pensions of Delphi union employees over the salary counterparts, many of them located in the politically critical battleground state of Ohio. The state sent to the Treasury Secretary Timothy Geithner, you know, he's the guy that Obama appointed to Secretary of Treasury. He's the guy that was just about on the verge of going to court, maybe going to jail because he didn't pay his taxes. I guess he did pay his taxes eventually after he got into the U.S. Treasury. He probably went back there and printed up enough money to pay him. But anyhow, Representative Michael Turner, Republican, Ohio, and Representative Darrell Issa, Republican, California, warned that the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee could issue congressional subpoenas if requested documents are not delivered to the committee investigators by October 9th, 1 week from today. And you can bet we're going to be following this. This is a quote. When the Treasury Department bailed out GM with $50 billion of taxpayer money, it preserved GM's pledge to the top up the pensions of the unionized Delphi workers, while not similarly honoring the pension of obligations owed to the Delphi non-unionized workers. Although the Treasury Department has maintained that the PBGC alone made the decision to terminate the pensions of the Delphi seller. Anyhow, this is all coming down. The Delphi pension work, they got screwed in the bailout. And now we've got a senator coming to the floor wanting the American taxpayer to make these Delphi pension holders, retirees, whole. You know, they're not going to get their pensions, but now he wants to give it to them. He wants you, the American taxpayer, you, the American motorist, he wants you to pay it. Hey, you gave GM $50 billion. They screwed you out of $25 billion of it. Why not? We'll be right back after the break.
If it wasn't for Mrs. Margolis,
Mr. Earl,
Miss Abu Walker, my 4th grade teacher,
across the country, members of the American Federation of Teachers are making a difference in the lives of children and their communities every day.
Remember all the writing I had you do?
Yeah. She did so much more than teach.
She gave me ideas, taught me all this math stuff. Now I remember all the steps in my head.
Did you learn?
Yes. She cares about us very much.
I love when I teach something and they get it.
Oh, now I get it.
And they literally light up.
That's the best part. If it wasn't for my teachers, I wouldn't be
a movie producer, a captain in the U.S. Navy,
good speller,
a teacher.
Join us at facebook.com/AFT Everyday to share your story about the teacher that made a difference in your life.
If it wasn't for
Mrs. Henderson,
Miss Larson,
Miss Gonzalez,
Mr. Salbian,
Miss Aguilar,
I wouldn't be the person that I am today.
American Federation of Teachers, public school teachers and school staff.
Making a difference every day.
Welcome back. Here's today's question. Is the debate over whether Bain Capital was a job creator or destroyer a fair one, since it is the basis of Mitt Romney's economic expertise?
I say bring it on. The presumption of the Obama people that voters are going to believe that private equity or investments are vampires is just not borne out by any data, not just in the conservative primary, but in general.
Of course it's fair game. What Mitt Romney did at Bain is the centerpiece
centerpiece of what he wants to talk about and the centerpiece of what the president wants to talk about. The question is, in his career, did he have a time horizon that was so short to the detriment of the business, which is one storyline, or was he a long-term investor creating value for the larger economy?
I'm Mark Green for your Both Sides Minute with Elliot Spitzer and Mary Madeline, sponsored by the American Federation of Teachers, helping children every day.
Leading automotive analysts forecast 12.7 million new automobiles will be sold in 2011 and 13.8 million in 2012. This does not include the millions of program and pre-owned vehicles that will also be sold to the retail auto consumer. Consequently, needed as soon as possible are distributors for the fastest-selling retail auto consumer educational CD. Regional distribution managers are needed in every region of the USA and Canada. Don't Go Buy a New Car Without Listening to This CD can provide you and your family a great income with no upfront money. This retail educational CD, Don't Go Buy a New Car Without Listening to This CD, lets the retail auto consumer go to the dealerships empowered with real knowledge as to the ways of a car deal. The market for this CD is huge, and the CD is backed with a strong national advertising campaign. Start making money today. Email Harry@carconcerns.com or call now 1-865-622-3032. 865-622-3032. 865-622-3032.
Attention diabetics. How would you like to reduce the pain of testing your blood sugar as well as the pain in your wallet for paying for your supplies? Well, now with the new state-of-the-art meters available today, sticking your fingers may be a thing of the past. These new meters provide virtually pain-free testing in a fraction of the time while using a much smaller blood sample. Right now, we're giving away one of these new meters for free to everyone who calls up to sign up for free home delivery of their testing supplies. We specialize in helping diabetics every day who are covered by Medicare or private insurance get the supplies they need conveniently delivered to their home. To receive your free home delivery of your diabetic testing supplies and get a free state-of-the-art meter just for signing up, call this number right now. 800-720-5868, 800-720-5868, 800-720-5868.
I just sneaked into my kids' rooms and took temperatures while they're sleeping, thanks to my Exergen thermometer. All I did was swipe their foreheads for a few seconds. It didn't even wake them up. My sister, the nurse, told us about the Exergen temporal scanner thermometer, and it's the best. Real value for the money and truly a lifesaver.
Then I went into the bedroom and I took my wife's temperature. Just a swipe of the forehead. I found out that she was colder than ice.
I'm confident you will too. The Exergen temporal scanner. Pick one up at Costco and other fine retailers, or visit us at Exergen.com.
Harry Douglas here. All new for 2008. Is your business listed on the hottest car concerns list at carconcerns.com? The car concerns list is anything and everything automotive, whether you're buying, selling, trading, servicing, insuring, or financing. See who I recommend on the car concerns list. When your money's on the line, go to the line that's on the money, Car Concerns. Go to carconcerns.com. I'm Harry Douglas, and I'm looking out for you. I don't know if you're watching on Ustream, if you're one of our many subscribers to the broadcast, you know we used to do that for free, but now it's a subscription kind of thing, and you got to subscribe to it. But I'm holding up some books that I highly recommend that you go out there and purchase. These are authors I've had on the show right there. That's Jeffrey Taylor, a great guy. He wrote the book going from W-2 to 1099, Jeffrey Taylor, your personalized A to Z guide to getting even with corporate America. Hey, he was a great guest. This gentleman has passed away recently. And, he sent me many emails. Hey, he was on the show anytime I called him up. He lived in Arizona, Tempe, Arizona. And anytime I called Jeffrey up to be on the show, he'd fill in. Great guy. I'm going to miss him. His picture's on the book if you're looking on Ustream. And if you're not a subscriber to our Ustream feed, then shame on you. Hey, you can subscribe for $49 a quarter. And you can watch us do the show every single morning. We turn the camera on at 9 a.m. and we go to 11, sometimes till 12. Sometimes after the show's over, I give you some stinging advice that you can go use at the car dealership. Stuff I can't say on the radio. And, I told you yesterday that we're going to start doing our evening shows via the internet. And I told you that we were going to do them via TalkShoe. But since then, the production team here has talked to, they've talked to TalkStreamLive.com, TalkStreamLive.com. And it looks like that's where we're going to be landing on Mondays from 6 to 8 p.m. And we're going to do the evening edition of Car Concerns Radio USA. You've got to subscribe to it. Yeah, you do. But hey, I'm going to tell you things on that show that I can't even say on the radio. And don't have your kids sitting around listening to the computer. It might not be so clean either when I start talking about some of the tricks that these dealers use on you at the dealership. And boy, they hide them as well as they hide some of the stuff on those cars in the showroom floor. Hey, that lighting's not like that for no reason at all, folks. Hey, I'll tell you all the tricks. But anyhow, that's going to be from 6 to 8 p.m., and it looks like we're going to be doing it at, I'm not familiar with it yet, but it's TalkStreamLive.com, TalkStreamLive.com. And that'll be from 6 to 8 p.m., Monday through Friday. I was telling Greg Steinberg, I helped him get into radio here. He's been a guest on my show many times. Right there is his book, Full Throttle. I refer to his book all through the week. He writes some great books. He directs these to golfers. He's been a coach to many of the famous golfers on the PGA Tour. Full Throttle, 122 Strategies to Supercharge Your Performance at Work. That's his latest book. I've got another book of his over here. But anyhow, he's got his own radio show now. It's going to be on the Business Talk Radio, the other side of Lifestyle Talk Radio Network, the Business Talk Radio Network, and I believe he's going to be on Mondays at 7 p.m. I told him yesterday, I had a sit down with him. I said, look, Greg, I think it's great. You're going to be doing an hour every week, but I tell you, you've got too much to give, man. You've helped me so much. Once you get on the radio, maybe one or two callers call in, and they tell you how much that you've helped them. That's what got me to do this radio show 5 days a week, 2 hours a day. It's when those people call me up and says, hey, I went to the dealership. I attended your car buyer's sales meeting. You don't know how much you helped me. Like Irene in Las Vegas. She said, I went to the dealer. She's Hungarian. She says, I went to the dealer, Harry, and I said exactly what you said in the meeting. Says, I know that you're standing here on this showroom floor and you think that I have your money in my purse. Well, you're going to get it only if you earn it. And boy, she did. Hey, she got a heck of a deal. She walked out of that Pontiac store. But this is back when the Pontiacs were, she traded a Pontiac in and she got a Nissan Sentra. That's right, because she wanted a small car to run around Las Vegas in. I mean, this lady is the #1 seller of my CD. Don't go buy a new car without listening to this CD. Right there it is if you're watching on Ustream. Hey, folks, you should never even step on a showroom floor until you've listened to this CD. It is dynamite. I put this CD together in 2006. I just took my many years as a new car dealer. I said, okay, what would I really like to tell my my former automobile consumers about the tactics that I used to part them with their money? It's right here in this CD, right here. Don't go buy a new car without listening to this CD. It comes wrapped. It's in a jewel case. Right here on the side, it says top secret. These are things that your dealer doesn't want you to know. You can go to the website, carconsurge.com, right there on the left-hand side. You can purchase it for $19.95. I tell you what, if you'll go to the AmericanMotoristVote.com, AmericanMotoristVote.com, and donate $20, $19.95, I will send you. It'll come across my desk. They always send me the new members there. I've got a whole stack of them right here. I often read them on this show. But anyhow, once I see in the next 24 hours, if you sign up for the American Motorist Vote campaign to become a member and help us let Washington know the things that drive us nuts as American motorists, I will not only give you the CD, don't go drive a new car, don't go buy a new car without listening to this CD, and also, what else? I was going to throw something else in. What else was it? Oh, I'll give you one of my books. I wrote a book back in 2004. The Blood Runs Thin, a great corporate thriller. I will give you the book and the CD for a $20 donation to the American Motorist Vote campaign. That's how much I care about that movement. That is so strong. That's one of the strongest things I've ever got involved in. Millions and millions of American motorists coming together. Our numbers, our power, our numbers equal our power. You got to believe that. Hey, we'll show them November 2nd. I'll be right back after the break.
That was the last segment right there, Harry.
You're kidding.
No.
Boy, an hour flies, doesn't it? That's what I told Greg yesterday. He's going to be doing his first show Monday. I said, man, an hour? You won't even be able to say hardly anything in an hour.
The information on the Lifestyle Talk Radio Network does not.
I guess you cut me off, did you?
Offer or solicit.
Oh, you're still there? I thought when you turned that on, you were gone. Hey, Steve, thanks a lot. Okay. Okay.
Or contact us at 20.
Let's get to what you might have missed.